patience, and I know it'll all work out in the end. You can't take your eyes off me. It's obvious to everyone who sees. You're giving me green, green lights, all green lights. Green, green lights and red lights. Green, green lights, all green lights. Green lights and red love. I'll never forget the day you first embraced me. Oh, oh, oh. You asked me my name and you told me to stay. Oh, 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 oh. You show off places you know I'll be around, and when you're with me, you don't know how to frown. Our stars are rising, and all I can see are these green, green lights, all green lights, green lights and red love. Green, green lights, all green lights, green lights and red love. Green, green lights, all green lights, green lights and red love. Green, green lights, beautiful green lights and red love. Green, green lights, all green lights, green lights and red love. Green, green lights, all green lights, green lights and red love. Oh my gosh. There gets it. Welcome to episode 4 of Mary Gets It. Yay! And with me, as always, is BruceLeah, our fabulous co-host. Hi, Bruce. Hello to you. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me today. That was my new song, Green Lights. And that's actually the first time I've ever played it with a drum track. It was fun. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Little Jim Carrey reference. Jim Carrey, he's the dude. Oh, yeah. I always think about that story that Mr. Carrey tells about his dad and how, you know, he could have been a comedian, but he went and got a quote-unquote real job and lost that job. And Jim says, you know, if you can fail at something you don't want to do, you might as well fail at what you really want to do. I'm paraphrasing, of course. My microphone just kind of did a little nosedive there. I have some new equipment, a new microphone clip, which I love, and one of those fuzzy microphone covers. A windshield, I guess is what they call it. And I'm really excited. I'm a sucker for equipment. I could spend hours in Guitar Center just marveling at everything. I'm hugely into technology in general, and when you combine technology and the arts, oh my gosh, that is my thing right there. So, so today I decided to have my beautiful electric guitar Sebastian join us. Hey, Sebastian. Sebastian says hey to you. And I always feel like such a rock star when I play a Sebastian here. I brought him to Flappers one time, Flappers Comedy Club. Yeah, actually, it's on the interwebs. You can find it, I'm sure. I mean, I've done multiple shows at Flappers, so search for, if you want to find it, it's my friend Tony Santiago is the one who uploaded it, so you can find it that way. Or maybe I will have to just, I don't know, put a link on Twitter for you, make it easy, and Facebook. But yeah, I brought Sebastian to Flappers, and I did my Amanda Bynes impression. This was, I think, like 5 years ago. Before, when she was blowing up on Twitter, but before she sadly ended up in the hospital. And I love you, Amanda Bynes. I really hope you're doing great. As far as I can see, you are. So, yay, Amanda! And oh my gosh, Keenan just won an Emmy. I'm so excited for Keenan. And congratulations to all the Emmy winners. And Hector, shout out, special shout out. Hector, my friend, and the whole team at RuPaul's Drag Race. Congratulations on your Emmy! Woo-hoo-hoo! Hector is my favorite hairstylist. And many years ago, my friend Bill, shout out to Bill, I got a really cool haircut done by Emmy-winning hairstylist Hector Pocasangre. And I really, really loved that haircut so much. And that was all thanks to Bill. He made it happen. Yay. It's so wonderful to have so many friends and to get to see them really doing their thing and having their dreams come true, because we all work so hard and we deserve it. You deserve it. Whatever your dream is, you deserve for it to come true. As long as it's not, something bad that would hurt other people. Oh, man. I'm in a silly mood because I'm excited to be hanging out with you. I love you so much. I just got off the phone with my mom. Shout out to my mom. Hi, Mom. I love you. We had a nice long phone conversation, and I'm feeling so good because my mom is so supportive. My whole family is extremely supportive. I'm so lucky. I'm so happy that they are. Of course, because this is not an easy career, as we know. I'm just putting Sebastian down over here so we can get a little more intimate. You, me, and Bruce. Hi, Bruce. So my mom has been watching the show on YouTube, and that makes me so happy. I feel so extra loved and supported. Yay! She did comment that maybe I shouldn't have talked about that live journal picture that I said was my boobs, and I just need to clarify for the world, it was not my naked boobs. Jeez, I don't do nudity. That's in my contract. I decided long ago that I would never do nudity. It's just not for me. That's just, there's nothing, I don't have any problem with other people doing it. It's just for me. I'm not going to do it. The picture on LiveJournal was not, it was just a picture of me, but you couldn't see my head. And actually, a lot of people commented, like, why is your head cut off? That's creepy. Back in the day. That was funny. Oh, but, I'm sure that's not going to be the first thing that that's not going to be the last thing that I talk about that my mom's going to be like, scratching her head about. I don't know about that. But she's cool, and I'm sure that we'll be able to continue with our theme of transparency and telling it like it is. Speaking of, I worked at the restaurant last night, and it was a beautiful evening. Lots of very nice people. Actually, my friend Georgie, who was a delivery driver for the restaurant. He mostly was working at a different location, but sometimes would sub in on my location. But I haven't seen him in forever because he hasn't been subbing in. He showed up yesterday because he was driving for Uber Eats. And it was just like, a happy coincidence that he came to our restaurant to pick up. So that was really cool. He and I have had so many chats about meditation. I love to meditate. There's something about it that, especially if you meditate right before work, my job can be very stressful, running around and waiting on a whole bunch of different people, and the phone's ringing, and there's new people at the front. There's hot food. The cooks need you to take the hot food right away because it is disrespectful to not take it right away. Jeez. And I'm saying that seriously because I do feel that way, especially when I cook and I want people to eat it kind of like right away because that's when it's best, I think. But if I meditate before work, I can magically just handle these things so much better. And so I was really happy to see Georgie. We didn't really have time to chat because he was just picking that food up and then delivering it. I actually drove for Uber Eats once. Only once. It turned out great for me because I signed up through there's this website called inboxdollars.com that I use to make just a little extra cash on the side. And I'll put up a link. I'll put my referral link up on the Twitter and Facebook pages so you can check it out if you're interested. It's a cool website. You can take surveys and get paid for it and do all this other stuff and get paid for it. And I signed up through Inbox Dollars to drive for Uber Eats, and they gave me a $75 bonus just for doing one delivery. So, hallelujah. Thank you, Inbox Dollars. That was great. And once again, I'm not getting paid to talk about Inbox Dollars. I do get paid from them doing things on their website. And it's awesome. So, heck yes, doing that one drive for Uber Eats was so worth it because I got that $75 bonus. But I haven't done it again because, it took this gentleman that I was delivering to lived way, way up in the Hollywood Hills. And the Hollywood Hills are beautiful. I love them. But I always say no matter how much money I ever make, I'm not going to live up there, even though that's kind of like the goal for a lot of people. I wouldn't want to live there because it's treacherous. It's very windy. You can't really see what's ahead of you. And a lot of the streets there are super narrow. So a lot of times it's like only enough room for one car. So I'm always feeling worried that like someone's going to come barreling down the other way and not see me. And but that's me. I worry a lot. And, as you know, sometimes I overreact. That will probably never happen, but, I wouldn't want to live up there just for that reason because I don't want to just, I love where I live right now. I think it's safe to tell you which street I live on because it's a super long street. I live on Melrose, which is like a very fancy sounding address. And I love it. It's a busy street, a big street, and there's plenty of room to get around, and that's how I like it. But when I was driving to this gentleman's house up in the Hollywood Hills to deliver his Uber Eats order, it was tough, but it's kind of fun because you have it's on your phone, and there's a little map, and it shows you which way to go. And so it almost kind of felt like I was playing a video game or something, and I love video games. So it was kind of like exciting watching. But, you know, again, it's maybe dangerous to try to watch a screen and drive on these windy roads. But anyway, long story short, I only made $5 and it took like an hour. So I haven't done another Uber Eats order since then. And if it hadn't been for the $75 bonus, I probably would have never done it in the first place. But hey, $80 for one drop off. All you do is just go pick it up at the restaurant and then drop it off at the place. I'll do it, you know, for $80. For $5, I don't know about that. Because it's not like you get reimbursed for the gas. Like that $5 is supposed to include all of that gas and wear and tear on your vehicle and everything like that. So I hope that Georgie is doing better with Uber Eats than I was, because I'm sure that sometimes it's more worth it. But what I found out looking at like the online forums is that like most people do not tip. And I don't know what that's about. I can't imagine ever having something delivered and not tipping. But that's just me. Oh, I was speaking with someone who came in to pick up at the restaurant for Postmates. And she told me that most people don't tip her for Postmates also. And she said that like she has to sometimes pay to park, and then people get like hundreds or thousands of dollars worth of stuff that she brings them, and they don't even give her a penny. I'm like, yikes, like what is this world coming to? Oh, but I'm going to tell you right now, just between you and me, you got to be careful with Postmates, because whereas a lot of these companies like Uber Eats, you type in what you want to order and then it gets sent directly to the restaurant. The Uber Eats, they have their own special like iPad type deal. And so the people at the restaurant see exactly what you ordered. But Postmates, whatever you order through, if you order it on the app or whatever, it goes somewhere. I don't know where, somewhere far away it sounds like. And then they call the restaurant. And first of all, they are talking extremely quickly. Like they don't even have time to process all the orders they're getting or something. And it's really hard to understand what they're saying. And a lot of times they say the wrong thing. And then people call the restaurant and say that it came wrong, but it was exactly what the person from Postmates called and said. So I'm just going to say I would be careful with Postmates if I were you. I don't want to like hurt their business or anything. But if it were me, I would probably just call the restaurant directly and have their delivery drivers bring me the food. Just saying, because you're my best friend. I'm just looking out for you. I'm not trying to, not trying to mess with Postmates, not trying to start no beef. But, hey, I love getting food delivered as much as the next person. Shout out to Ryan. He got us some really awesome Chinese food the other day, and oh my gosh, he spoils me so much. I just feel so lucky. I had a really bad dream last night that he broke up with me, and it's funny because I was in the dream, I was thinking about our podcast and how I had said, once you break up with someone, it's over. Like, there's no reason to get back with them. Of course, I did say, a lot of people probably have broken up, gotten back together, and lived happily ever after. But I don't think that it would work for me. And so in the dream, I'm like, oh no, but as I was saying on the podcast, we can't get back together because once you break up for a reason. It was so sad. And then I was so happy when I woke up and realized it was a dream. I was so relieved because I love that guy so much. Oh my gosh. Ain't love grand? Hey, guess what it's time for? Bruce's Corner.
It's time for Bruce's Corner with Bruce, brought to you by Crabble Dabble Entertainment.
Hey Bruce, how are you?
Oh, Jazz, I'm kind of hungry because it's been a while since I, had my brunch, and, I also was wondering if, can I just sit a little bit more on top of you instead of on the side of you?
Yes, Bruce, that would be fine with me. Here we go. Let's just get you situated a little bit more on top of me so you can appropriately do your segment of the show. There we go.
Yeah, so, hey, I wanted to just, shout out Greenies because they tweeted us at Mary Gets It Pod on Twitter to let me know that they have pumpkin spice greenies, and, I just really like, pumpkin spice everything, and I've been feeling kind of left out because, they didn't really make, pumpkin spice stuff for me personally, but, shout out to Greenies, and thank you for the discount, and I'm gonna enjoy them. This has been Bruce's Corner.
Bruce's Corner. Great job, Bruce. That was beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to go get her some of those. Have you ever seen pumpkin spice dog treats or dog food? Like, how funny is that? They're really, they got their finger on the pulse. I love pumpkin spice everything, just like everybody, except for the people who don't. I feel like there are a lot of people who adamantly do not like the pumpkin stuff and kind of make fun of how there is everything pumpkin spice, but as we keep talking about, my birthday is October 17th, so I have always really identified with the fall and pumpkins, Halloween, and all that jazz. A lot of, growing up, my birthday parties would be Halloween themed and such. Oh, and ever since I was a small child, maybe starting at 4 or 5, I would get pumpkin pie instead of birthday cake because I'm obsessed with pumpkin pie. And my mom is the best. And of course, she just got me whatever I wanted because it was my birthday. Oh, good times. Sorry, I'm a little bit sniffly. I don't know. I think it's just because I was so moved by Bruce's Corner. But, of course,
I want to be respectful to you, and I don't want to be sniffing in your ear, so...
Jeez.
I'm just going to talk about one more thing. Because I want to, do this whole, we have this little segment of,
let's get real,
where we really dig into it. And last night, some really cool folks that I have waited on before, and we have a great rapport, and I love them. I would call them friends. Shoot. Some friends came in, and their credit card didn't go through, which happens a lot. Everywhere. It's happened to me a lot at many places. And since it's happened to me, and I know that feeling of dread when you're like, what? I swear I have money in there. I don't know what, why is this not working? In my cases, I feel like most times it was because I had put in a paycheck and it just hadn't cleared yet or something like that. So... Or the other is those fraud protection thingies go on. Especially if you're traveling. Oh man, that's it's nice. I appreciate that they're trying to protect us from fraud, but a lot of times it's like you're trying to get your hotel room for the night and you're exhausted and it's not going through and you don't know why. And later you find out they put a fraud protection block on there. So since I've been there so many times, I try to be really sensitive about it. Like, hey, your card, this card isn't, I can't get this card. This is how I usually say, I can't get this card to work for some reason. And most of the time people will just be like, oh, here, try this one. You know, no big deal. Some people will be like, well, try it again. I'm sure it works. Try it on all the computers, you know, this whole thing. And so sometimes now lately I've just been, if they kind of start being weird or whatever, I'm like, maybe there's, do you think maybe the fraud protection block went on? Like that happens to me a lot. And I feel like what works for me waiting tables for a lot of things is relating things to my life. And people, if I'm talking about, if they're like, what do you like on the menu or whatever, if I, sometimes, you know, I can be like, well, you know, this is popular and this is popular, but it's better if I'm like, I usually order this and I get it with fettuccine noodles because those are so good. And I like let them know my little secrets. But not everyone is as sensitive as I am, you know. Like one time when my card didn't go through at the grocery store, the guy was just like, he's just sitting there just chilled back and he goes, it's decline. Like he doesn't even care. Just like, it's decline. And I'm like, oh no. But yeah, I see a lot of like a sort of a callous sort of a thing that just, I don't like it because they'll be just, I've seen, and I can't comment too much because it's not my own personal experience, but, you know, people are like, your card's declined, or like, they'll just kind of say it like they're annoyed. And I always try really hard to, even if I do feel annoyed by a table, to not really let on that I am and to just kind of remember they're probably having a bad day. Just keep it inside and just keep smiling and being nice. So that's all I wanted to say about that is like if you're working at a place where credit cards get declined, please be nice about it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Because it feels really bad when that happens. And, you know, if someone's already feeling bad, there is no point in making them feel worse. All right. So this show went a little extra long. So let's just do a quick little improv song together. And then we'll go and move on with our lives. I love you so much for watching and listening and hanging out. Thank you so much. Sometimes credit cards get declined. Sometimes you don't know why. I don't ever want to be in that spot no more personally, so I always now make sure to bring a ton of cash with me. Oh wait, I shouldn't have said that because now people might try to knock me over to take my cash. So never mind, I do not actually bring a lot of cash with me. Oh, you actually do have to be very careful and just bring, you know, enough to cover things, but not too much. My mom always told me, don't be carrying around too much cash with you, and I listen to her. I really, 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 really do. Hi, Mom. I just bring enough to buy pumpkin spice, everything, pumpkin spice, dog treats, shoot. It's 2018, of course we have
pumpkin spice dog treats. You can even get them from Postmates, I'm sure. You can have Uber Eats bring you, maybe, possibly, a pumpkin pie made especially for dogs. You know they have that here in Los Angeles. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Only for Bruce's Corner. Thank you so much. I love you. I get it.